Get in, loser, we're going to therapy. Hey cuties, PeachY here, welcome back to a new video. And in this video, yes, we're going to be discussing the latest BRATZ Mean Girls drop of Regina and talking about how it went. Spoilers, it went horribly, but that was already obvious from the start. We're also going to be discussing some of the updates we got of Cady's orders from the Spanish website being cancelled, some more stock of Regina and Cady coming later this year, and more, so stay tuned, subscribe, and let's get into it. If you didn't already know, Regina was the second doll in the collection of the Mean Girls dolls to drop after Cady. Obviously, after Cady's drop went so horribly wrong, and everything that could go wrong did go wrong. It was a whole mess. I think a lot of us had really low expectations of like how it would go with Regina, and yeah, I mean, it's safe to say it did not improve, and it was still just as bad. I'm not sure if it was worse. I do think Cady sold out like in a minute, as opposed to Regina, who sold out in like 3 minutes. So, you know, it's shocking, but I do think like the hype was just so real with Cady being the first. Regina is still very popular, but you know, she did take a little bit, like 2 more minutes. But as we'll talk about it, even like 2 more minutes was not enough for a lot of people to get through to her, because, you know, while you're waiting in line, you have to verify you are a human, so you have to do all these checks, verification checks or whatever, and obviously so they know you're not a bot. But in the end, of course, I do think most people who got the doll are scalpers, and not actual fans. So yeah, there we go. Nothing's changed. Life still sucks. First of all, we have to talk about the updates we got on the Cady orders from the Spanish website. A lot of people messaged me as well, and I saw others posting to their stories saying that they had the order from the Spanish website El Corte Inglés, and there, apparently a lot of people received emails saying that their order had been canceled, basically saying like they didn't get stock or something, like they just never got the stock, or they didn't have enough stock to give to, like they didn't have enough basically for all the people who actually ordered her on the website. So MJ said, yes, go buy her Cady on this website, and then they retract that, and then they say, nope, sorry, we don't have enough stock. That is such, wow, that is like so nasty. Like, why would they do all of this? Like, say, yeah, we're gonna, you know, go buy her on this website, and then they end up canceling orders. And some people even got a refund. And then BRATZ has the audacity to reply to comments on Instagram saying like, it was a miscommunication, bestie. And then like, and someone replied saying like, I got a refund. What the heck are you talking about? What's a miscommunication about this, bestie? What are you trying to tell me, bestie? So I don't know, this whole thing with the canceling orders, yeah, really bad. I mean, it's obviously real. Like, people are getting refunds. I'm not sure if like all of the people are getting their orders canceled of Cady. I do think like I've seen some people saying like, I still have my order, Cady's, you know, like, so I'm not sure if it's like specifically just some people got unlucky with like, you know, the stock it wasn't enough basically, or maybe it really is like a lot of people are just gonna get the order canceled for Cady on this Spanish website. So either way, this is really just, wow, really bad. I mean, for MJ to be like, oh, sorry, we didn't know. Like, so many people were gonna buy her. Who would have known? And for them to be so unprepared and be like, oh yeah, sorry, we're gonna cancel your order, and like basically burst so many people's hopes and dreams of having these dolls just like that, and being like, sorry, you know, it's like, what are we doing here? Anyway, moving on to today, BRATZ posted this post, you know, an hour before Regina's drop, basically explaining some information on where she will be released. So surprisingly here, they said that they were only going to release Regina on BRATZ.com and El Corte Inglés. No Amazon Amazon websites or the very UK website that I even forgot about that they listed on the first round with Cady. So basically no European, release for, no, sorry, tough luck. So basically, if BRATZ.com doesn't have your country listed on the specific countries that they ship to, you're out of luck. They do not ship to your country if it's not on their website. So that was the case for me. They do not ship to me. I don't know why. I ordered the Tweevils from them like years ago. They came to me, but they don't ship to me anymore. So okay. Anyway, so so they basically no more Amazon. At least that's what they said in the post, because we'll get into that later, because we do have Amazon listings of Cady and Regina starting to pop up, so something's happening. Anyway, so the thing that got me is that they said basically like, oh, we're working on adding additional stock to be delivered by the end of this year, and that sounds like restock. Like the way they made it sound to me makes it seem like they will work on getting restock. So when Regina inevitably sells out today, they will still have restock coming later this year, right? That's what I understand. And that's great. Obviously that would be amazing, but it does take time for dolls to get manufactured, and it's not just going to take it takes time. So I do think, if this restock really is happening, it will probably be December, January. It won't be maybe not even this year. But it confuses me, because then they say like, so if your order gets shipped, your order might get shipped between October and December, but you just said that you were gonna get restock. So and then they also mentioned in a comment like Regina is not gonna get sold again on BRATZ. So I don't know, it's really confusing to me. So I hope that they do have restock of Regina and Cady, perhaps. I think they're just not telling us a lot of things, and I wish that they would just communicate all of these things with us, because it's frustrating, because all we are working with here are speculations and half-truths. And I got really annoyed when I saw the comments. A lot of people were like, I forgive you, BRATZ, like you've done so well, BRATZ, and all they've done so far is write a post and in the caption basically just states that they're gonna have more stock. Okay, that's words. We know so far with the Cady drop that we cannot trust their words alone. Actions speak louder than words. So I was just like seeing everyone be so, switch so easily from like, oh, I hate you, BRATZ, to, oh yes, yeah, just because they say they're gonna have more stock coming eventually. Like, also, like, give me details. Like, they're so easy to not give us details. Like, okay, fine, like, don't give us details, but then don't expect me to be like, to feel safe with like these empty promises that you're apparently delivering upon. So seeing everyone being like, oh yeah, I forgive you, like you've done so well, BRATZ, like, oh, amazing, like rainbows and flowers and kumbaya, hakuna matata, like whatever. No, come on, they've done nothing so far. All they've done is promise us with this hope, this glimmer of hope of restock eventually, sometime in our lifetime. Restock is coming. So they've done nothing so far to prove to us that they deserve our trust again. So I don't know, little rant, but just seeing the comments, some people were like, yeah, so easy to forgive them, and I'm like, girl, they did nothing. They've only said something that might not even come to fruition by the end of this year. Like, we don't even know what's gonna happen. So again, let's see what happens, because obviously Regina sold out. She sold out. She's gone. So I hope the restock happens, because if not, then obviously this is a lie. They're lying to us. And I think with the Cady drop, obviously a lot of it was lies, and just, it wasn't true. It was half-truths, and they were just bullshitting us so hard. Like, seriously. So it was just so annoying to see people being like so easily manipulated to be like, oh yeah, just because they say they're gonna restock, everything's gonna be fine. We're great. Life is worth living again. Like, no, girl, until they prove us wrong, I don't trust them. Like, that's what they've done. They've lost my trust. They've lost the trust of many fans. So yeah, until they actually improve with change and actions that we can see is you know, like they're doing better, like with restock, and then the 2-pack for Gretchen and Karen, if that goes better, then we see, oh, okay, they're doing better. They're improving. They're listening to us. But until then, they're not listening to us. They're just making us think that they listen to us. They're making us think that they care by telling us what we exactly want to hear from them. Okay, so until we see the restock in front of our eyes, I do not believe them, okay? So let's talk about the speculation of Cady, Regina, like basically the Mean Girls dolls, all of them eventually coming to Amazon. We do have proof of this seemingly being true. All of their listings to some degree have been proven to exist. Cady's listings, we've all seen them. I've talked about them in my previous videos. And now we also have Regina's listing has popped up on Amazon Spain. So obviously they're adding these dolls to Amazon for a reason. As of right now, they're all unavailable on all Amazon European platforms. But I do think that the mere fact alone that they are still adding like Regina here, and I'm assuming also the 2-pack to these Amazon listings, it does prove to me that they will eventually release them to some degree on Amazon eventually. I don't know, whenever. Hopefully this year or next. I don't know. Honestly, I would wait. I would wait like next year. I don't care how long it would take, but I would wait until they were ready to release them on Amazon for like the normal prices, because that would be amazing, especially for European fans who so far have been neglected and severely treated unfairly. And of course, it's not easy for US fans as well, or just other fans that are able to, you know, they deliver to their country from BRATZ.com. It's still hard. Obviously, a lot of people were missing out. But I'm just saying, for European fans, some of our countries that we live in are not even available to ship to. So Amazon is the only way. So I do hope that these listings actually prove to come to fruition, because again, I do think so. Yeah, because we also have the release date for Amazon UK. Cady, again, I already talked about this, but her release date says November 11th. So that to me signals to me that she will be coming. She, you know, she's happening. So I think Regina will also release, and then the 2-pack as well. It's just so bizarre to me that they would not address any of this to any degree. Like, the only way you know about this is because I'm telling you, or because you saw someone else talking about it. It's ridiculous. They should better communicate all this information to you, the consumer, to let you know how you are able to spend your money, and where and when and what time. Like what are we doing here? It just feels like it feels like a treasure hunt, and it shouldn't be so much hard work to just find a simple listing of a doll that's not even available yet. Anyways, so basically, this is a good thing that these Amazon listings exist, and I do think they will release them on Amazon eventually. I don't know when, but it will happen. And I think that's great, obviously, because again, so far European fans unfairly neglected. Basically, we've been looked over, and that's enough. No more, please. Now, Regina at this time hadn't dropped yet, and I already saw people saying that there's already listings on eBay for Regina. Like, people, I don't know how, but some scalpers were actually already able to get her some way. It's insane. It's like, honestly, blasphemous. So bizarre. How the heck did this one person already have like 6 units of like 6 Regina dolls? Like, how did this happen? Or unless they're just lying, or they just stole the picture from someone else. Honestly, I don't know. But this is just so bizarre to me. Like, she hadn't even dropped yet, and someone a scalper already selling Regina in hand, like on eBay. And then of course we have other listings that came out after Regina had sold out, and the prices are the same like Cady's. So at least they're not higher than Cady's, so they're both like around 200 something each on eBay, the prices. Yeah, that's like the lowest, I think 200, and then like the highest is like over 200, like 300, 400. I've even seen some prices going up to 1,000. I know, it's insane. And people, when you click on the listing, it shows you if people have already bought some of the dolls, and sometimes they've been buying, people, I don't know who, but people have been buying from these scalpers, these overpriced dolls. I mean, it's just insane. I get it because they're really cute dolls, but you're paying you are paying insane amounts of money for something that really is not worth that amount of money anymore. Even if they are super limited, they're not even numbered. Like they're just limited, but they're not even like, you know what? It's just so bizarre. So yeah, obviously scalpers are going to keep doing what they do best, which is yeah, scalp. I don't know. It's just so, yeah. So seeing these listings, people sharing them, and I even saw like one listing of Cady specifically, like the caption, like the description was so hilarious. And then they even wrote like resellers rule on like one of the pictures. Yeah. And then the price was like 1,000. I mean, it's seriously insane. Like the scalpers, like something's just not right with them. And this is like, honestly frustrating, and it really shows that I do think like there has to be some kind of like conspiracy with the scalpers and bots. And like, I mean, like how else would a scalper already have Regina dolls in hand? Like there has to be an explanation here. There has to be a way that they were able to get her early. Now again, I'm not sure how, because even influencers who got PR only got one of each doll, so it would be insane. I don't think it's like someone who got PR who's selling it, obviously. I mean, no, I don't think so. So it has to be something else. I mean, I've seen people saying that maybe it's like internally at the company, like they're doing this to themselves, so they create the FOMO and they create the artificial scarcity. So I'm not sure, but this is just so wrong. Okay, and then we get to the actual drop itself, and mind you, I wasn't even really paying attention at what time she was gonna drop. I think I went to Instagram to check like 20 minutes before, and I saw some people already like posting and going live and like posting stories like, "Are you ready?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, did it happen?" Like, "No, it's gonna happen." I'm like, "Okay, I'm not too late." So, I mean, honestly, like, it wouldn't matter because, again, I can't get her either way. Like, I can't buy her. But just for the heck of it, I went to BRATZ.com, I checked the website, and then again, for funsies, I added her to my cart thinking like maybe it will work out and I can actually buy her, because, you know, never say never, could work out. Maybe they add my country to their list of available shipping options. So I add her to my cart, and then obviously I have to do the CAPTCHA like verification thing to prove I'm human. And I had to do like 2 sets of these, like fire hydrants and then like lamps or something, and I did it really quickly, but I just recently saw like the House of Dolls video of her experience getting well, not getting Regina, unfortunately. A lot of us didn't get her, of course. But I saw in her video that she like had to go through like 5 or like, I don't know how many rounds, but like so many rounds of like verification, clicking different objects and pictures. Like how many, Jesus Christ, like that's so excessive. Like, and of course you're going to take all of, like, of course, having to do all of those verifications is going to take up most of your time to get the doll. So obviously a lot of people were not able to get her because most of that time went into verifying you're human. And then in the end, scalpers got her anyway, and like bots, like they still managed to get her. So honestly, really dumb. Like this whole thing, like so dumb. It didn't work out. And like that's the thing. Like BRATZ claimed that they would improve the security and like the verification on their websites, and they did make it more obvious where to go on the website to get to the Mean Girls collection page. But then adding too many security measures with this verification process, the CAPTCHA, it made it even harder, ironically enough, for people to actually get through to the checkout line and to actually get her. Because once you actually get through, you're still waiting. You're still waiting in line to hopefully get her before she sells out. And that's what happened to me. I was in line after the CAPTCHA verification. I got through and I waited a couple of minutes, like 2 minutes, and then she sold out in real time. She sold out, and it told me, yeah, like, sorry, and that was it. So, I mean, yeah, it was just like, okay, yay. Anyway, that was sucky. Thank you for nothing, Bratz. So, yeah, she sold out in 3 minutes instead of like 1 minute, like with Cady. So it was a little bit longer, but still, like barely any time at all, especially again with the CAPTCHA verification process. That takes up like a minute. And again, I got lucky, I guess, with only 2 rounds. A lot of people had to go through so many more rounds. Like, it's honestly insane. It's almost like BRATZ did it on purpose, where it's like, oh, you want more security for against bots on the website? Oh, really? Okay, we'll give you more security. We'll give you so much security that it'll take you like multiple rounds to get through the verification process to verify you're a human. Like, excuse me? Like, it just feels like they are clowning us, like, for real. Like, oh, we're improving. We'll add more stock. She's still sold out, and we still don't know like when that stock is actually going to come anytime soon. And then with the security, oh, you want more security? We'll give you more security on our website. And then they do this, and then it makes it basically harder to get the actual doll. So it just feels like anything we say that we wish was better, they kind of twist our words and then they use it against us because they want us to suffer. And they don't care if we have a great experience or not. They don't care. That's the harsh reality, is that BRATZ, MGA, they don't care about our happiness, about our, sanity. They don't care. They care about money. And Regina sold out, and I assure you, Isaac Clarion is celebrating right now, thinking that, oh, because he sold out, because the doll sold out, this is a success through and through. Like, no, it's not. It's not. Just because she sold out doesn't mean that it was a success. It was a monetary success. Yeah, you got money, but that's not true success. This is not real success. Okay, this is not a real win. This is we're losing. Everyone's losing here. No one's winning here. Okay, like, I mean, I guess MJ's winning because they got money, they got paid. But like, like in terms of like real people, real experiences, like us fans, like no one's winning. Like, a lot of us did not get the dolls. A lot of us who did get the dolls were just lucky. And like, good for you. I'm happy for you. By the way, who was able to get her? Because so far, like from the polls I've seen on Instagram stories from people, a lot of people were not able to get her. So yeah, this whole drop was also just really bad. I mean, at least this time we kind of expected it to be bad because of Cady's horrible way that she dropped, so we were not as surprised, but it still sucked. It still was horrible that she just sold out like immediately. Not even 5 minutes did she last, and I saw a lot of people still dripped. I was live when Dripped in Plastic was like, they still had her in the cart, and then apparently Cady like got added to the cart in some weird way. I've seen a lot of people saying that Cady was also like available. Technically, she appeared available while this whole thing was happening, but she was not able to. You were not able to actually get her or check out. And then like it's like, it still feels like the BRATZ website still is very glitchy and buggy. So, because obviously these things were not supposed to happen. Regina sold out, and like it's insane to me that like after she sold out, people were still like, oh, she's still in my cart, but I just can't get her. So, what like, this is just so bizarre. Like, what is happening? But yeah, this is really it was a really depressing drop, I have to say. Again, we knew what to expect. I wasn't surprised, and I also had no horse in the race here because, again, they don't ship to my location, at least not now. So there's no way for me to get anything unless I pay like eBay prices, which I'm not gonna do because even if I did, I feel like I would just feel gross, and icky, because like it's just so expensive, and I don't want to condone like scalpers just getting more money because like, yay, money. No, we don't condone scalpers here. So yeah, if you missed out on Regina or Cady or both, if you have none, don't feel bad. Welcome to the club. Okay, we're all here in it together, and at least we. Yeah, it's so funny, but like at least we still gained something out of this. We got the gift of friendship. It's the gift was all the friends we made along the way. There we go. Through all the trauma and PTSD, the real gift was our friendship all along. So there you go. That's the real gift. Okay, that's what you can't buy, friendship and love and yeah, shared experiences. So you know what? We don't need you, Bratz Mean Girls dolls. We don't need you because we have friendship on our side, okay? We have friendship. We have the power of friendship. Suck on that, Bratz. Oh my god, I'm never getting PR. Yeah, anyways, so that was the drop, Regina's drop. I do hope that Gretchen and Karen's drop, you know, their 2-pack goes better. Will it actually go better? I don't think so. They will probably still sell out in like a matter of minutes, maybe 5 minutes, because they're not as popular as Regina or Cady. But I do think they will not last like 10 minutes for sure. No, I don't even think barely 5 minutes they will last, just because now I know for sure scalpers have their eye on this collection, and they're gonna be watchful, and they're gonna want to get the 2-pack as well, because they're gonna be able to charge $200 for the 2-pack. Then plus shipping is gonna be $300 on eBay. So yeah, they're gonna want that 2-pack for sure. So that really sucks. But it's like, what can we do about it? I guess just don't buy from scalpers, and then hopefully they will just lower the prices. I don't know. This whole thing just, yeah, again, I feel like in the previous videos, I talked about how this could have been done better. They could have mass produced these dolls and gotten a lot more money by the end, you know, like seriously, they would have made so much more money. Like, I feel like, yeah, it's a guarantee. Or they could have done a pre-order situation on BRATZ.com. They could have made it to order, you know, instead as well, which are things that Mattel Creations has even done themselves. So if Bratz wants to copy Mattel Creations' strategy in, like, you know, making money, like the Collector collection does every time, you know, when the doll drops, then they should also look at what they do sometimes, which is pre-orders, made to order, you know, stuff like that, where it's like, it's not always just a one and done release. Like, they also have different strategies, but it's like Bratz, they're like, no, we want to make it as hard as possible, because if it's easy, no one's going to talk about it. So that's interesting. So is it maybe, are they making it intentionally difficult because they know that if it was easy to get these dolls, no one would talk about them, or as easily about them? I don't know. I definitely, what I do know is I definitely feel like MJ knows what they're doing here. It's on purpose. Even the miscommunication and like the lack of information from Bratz, from MGA on the situation of stock and like dates, release dates, whatever, on Amazon, whatever. Even the lack of information, I think in general, it's all intentional, because they want us to know as little as possible. So yeah, I definitely feel like MGA, yeah, they know what they're doing here. Unfortunately, I don't think they're playing nice, but they're playing the you know, scarcity FOMO game. You know, how's that saying go again? There's no such thing as bad publicity, or like all press is good press. I don't know, but you know what I mean. It's just, yeah, as long as we're talking about them, they're winning. They are, we are giving them exactly what they want. And by the way, they still haven't updated their Instagram profile after Regina sold out. Like, it's been hours now, and they still haven't like officially stated, like given a statement like, yeah, Regina sold out, and we'll give you, we'll let you know once restock is nearing the release date again. Like, there's no information. That's what I mean when I say that there's a lack of information. There's a lack of communication between Bratz and the consumers. Like, I feel like they should really try to just let us know as much as possible about these releases and on Amazon and the restock and whatever's happening. Just let us know, because like, it's driving us insane not knowing anything, and then I have to speculate and sound like an insane person, So this benefits no one. But yeah, let me know what you think of this drop, of this whole fiasco. I mean, it just keeps getting worse, right? It's not good. It's not going to get better. Like, come on, who are we kidding here? Like, the Gretchen and Karen 2-pack, they're probably going to sell out in 5 minutes or less. And then inevitably, I'm also going to have to make a video about how horrible of a drop that 2-pack was. Oh no, Bratz really sucks. It's gonna be the same schmuck all over again. the same spiel, you know, like that's recycled, regurgitated, you know, rinse and repeat, because as long as Bratz doesn't improve or change, like, that's all I can do. That's all anyone can do, is just talk about how awful these drops are. So I do hope that they improve. But realistically speaking, like, from now till like the drop for the 2-pack, which is like a week or like over two weeks, like, I don't know, it's not enough time. So what are they gonna do? Nothing. They can't do anything. They could make the website run even worse, or hopefully they adjust the CAPTCHA verification things so that people don't spend like 5 minutes trying to get through to the checkout line in the first place. So yeah, I don't know. I don't. Oh my gosh, this is so bizarre. Mattel's probably like cackling at this whole disaster. But yeah, what was your experience? And just let your frustrations out here on the comments down below. I also think it's important because if someone from MGA BRATZ ever sees this video and reads the comments, they will know that we're not happy. We're not happy fans. We are very angry fans, aren't we? So yes, let your frustrations be known, and it's healthy, honestly, to let it out, because it's not fair. This is not fair by any means. This whole situation was rigged from the start, and it's unfair, bizarre, stupid, dumb, and frustrating. So yeah, it's not nice, and it's okay to not feel nice. So let's go. Anyway, that was the video. I hope you all enjoyed. Leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and consider becoming a member today to support the channel if you're able to. And of course, so you don't miss out when I post more content like this coming your way and keeping you up to date with all that all tea you love. Stay safe, be kind. I hope this next time, stay peachy. Kisses.